Okay, for question 13, we're now doing amplitude and period of the function. We've got cosine this time instead of sine like we had in question 12. Amplitude is still the number in front, so we've got y equals -3 times cosine 1/2 of x, so factoring out the 1/2. So this is our b. This is our A. Remember, the A is the period, or sorry, the amplitude. A is the amplitude, A for amplitude. Let's go here. So our amplitude is the absolute value. Now that negative is going to flip it over the x-axis, but it's still basically going to be going from 3 to 3 is how we're going to see that happening. Take a look at the graph if you'd like. We'll get there, but you go ahead and do that first as well if you want. And then remember, the period is 2 pi over b. So 2 pi over 1/2. When you're dividing by a fraction, you flip and multiply, so that's 2 pi times 2 over 1, which is 4 pi. So we're dividing by a fraction, it's actually going to stretch it out. It's going to stretch it out. And we'll hopefully see that in the graph. And again, before we go to the graphing tool, let's go ahead and graph it with our graphing calculator. It might also be a good practice just to do it at the very beginning. Come on. So we'll clear that out. We've got -3 cosine 1/2 pi. Not pi x. Okay. And then on the same one, let's just do a cosine of x. And you kind of see both of them together. Now, yeah, see, it's getting stretched out. Wow, it's just really like half a period there. This is a regular cosine without any adjustments to it, so it starts up high and goes down, and it only goes up to 1. Notice this is going down to -3 up to +3. It has been reflected over the x-axis, stretched this way, and then it's also getting stretched out the long way. It's really from here to 2 pi is supposed to be one period. 0 to 2 pi is one period. Notice it starts repeating itself. But we only get half of it, so it takes 4 pi for that to happen. It takes 4 pi for that to happen. So that should help us see that our values are good. And then we'll actually go ahead and use the graph from here. And just so you get familiarity with the graphing tool. So this one here, this is the cosine tool. That's the one we want. So we click there. We've got an amplitude of -3. Now again, we list the amplitude as 3 because it's absolute value. But for this one, I think we want to, let's see, you have entered a number value outside the, okay, it doesn't let us do that. So let's see, 3. Vertical shift, we're not going to shift it. Oh, reflect over the x-axis, so to make it negative. So that makes sense. So amplitude is 3, but we need to reflect it over the x. Okay, so there it's responding. The period is not 2 pi, it is 4 pi. And we don't have any vertical or horizontal shifts. And that's what we see. So from 0 to 4 pi, again, pulling up our graphing calculator, doing a check from 0 to 2 pi, we go from bottom to top. So 0 to 2 pi, we go there. It's looking good. Okay, so amplitude is 3, and the period is 4 pi. That's good. All right.